Ashland from Mansplain Baseball Elsewhere, our fantastic podcast on the Jomboy media outlets, has joined us yet again from her car.
Yet again. But we're not going to have any overheating today. It's a cool 88 degrees.
Oh.
So we're good.
My gosh. That's
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like winter time here.
I was going to say, I'm surprised you're not doing it in a parka.
I mean, I have on almost long sleeves.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I'm joining you from a place equally as hot, normally, Las Vegas. I'm here to shoot BattleBots for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
It is exciting. So we get that going, but I'm not going to miss any baseball today because we got too much going. But before we get to our 5 topics, I just have to admit this. Baseball doesn't do everything right. In fact, we're all critical of things they do wrong, right?
Right.
But in the last 2 weeks, we have seen now the Field of Dreams game and the continuation of the Little League game, which I don't know how you feel. I love them.
Yeah. They've done a really good job the last couple of weeks. We can criticize when we need to criticize.
Yes, we do.
But we need to encourage when they do well, and they have done really well.
Yes,
the Field of Dreams game was awesome. It's not my thing, but it was awesome, and it did a lot for the sport.
No question. Now, I love the Little League game because I love it when the teams fly in and
it's
they play
so
with the
cute.
kids.
It's so cute.
They play cornhole and ping pong, and they get to hang out with them. And I saw this one kid interviewing a bunch of the Cleveland Indians going through, and then when Ohtani shows up and Trout shows up,
right,
like the roof gets blown off. So keep doing that.
I don't blame you.
Really, really good stuff. It was also a great Sunday in baseball because Miguel Cabrera became the 28th member of the 500 home run club. Biggest takeaway of Miggy's career over nearly 2 decades for you is what?
Baseball is really hard. Baseball is really hard. And he's been so good for so long.
Yes, he has.
And it hasn't. I was talking to my husband about it yesterday, and he does not watch baseball. He's not a baseball fan. He's just, whatever. He doesn't care for it much. But even
And you're still married to him, by the way?
Yeah, I know. It's really weird. I think it's because of the balance. Because if I married somebody who liked baseball as much as me, and they, God forbid, picked the wrong team, I'd probably kill them.
Oh, okay. So, good.
It's probably for the best. But telling him about, okay, he just hit his 500th home run. And he was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, no. 500. I'll go Trevor Plouffe on you. Let me break it down. That's 50 home runs for 10 years in a row. Or it's really good. He's really good. And baseball's really hard. And I think at times we get slipped into, I know I do, sitting on my couch oh, look at these bums. They're doing so bad. This guy can't pitch. This guy's not hitting, whatever. But it's so long. I don't know. We just got to give more credit, I guess.
Yeah, listen, there are some people who are taking shots at him and saying, well, listen, he's got a negative WAR and all that sort of stuff, and he's eating up too much of their payroll. Fine. You can look at it that way, or you could say for 15 years, there arguably wasn't a better hitter in this league.
Exactly.
I would have gone for Pujols for his first 10, and then when he went to Anaheim, he really dipped. But Miguel Cabrera, basically from the time he came up in 2003 until about 2014 or 15, you would be hard-pressed to find a guy who had a better 12-year run than this.
Right.
And on top of that, other players love him, and fans love him. And what it showed is that you can be a damn good baseball player and not have to take the grind so seriously. How many times over the last 6 or 7 years have we looked and he's playing a game with a fan? He's looking at him. He's pounding his chest. I remember there was one kid in Cleveland a couple of years ago who was talking trash to him, and he started talking trash to him back. Little kid, probably 13. So what does he do? He runs into the dugout at the end of the game and gives the kid a bat and his batting gloves and stuff. That's how you grow the game, right? And he has always had an eye on that.
Yeah, I think Miggy, when he's done, whenever that is, I think he can be a great ally to the game and a connector for the youth, because he's been in the game forever, but he still is very able to connect with those younger guys. I say that he's 100. He's 38, but
I know.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. And if you just look at his numbers, by the way, one last point. He could retire with a 300 average, 500 doubles, 3,000 hits, and 500 homers. There's only 2 guys in the history of the sport that have done that. 2. Yeah. Hank Aaron and Willie Mays. So if it's a table of 3, and you're one of them.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, let's move on to today's action. The Yankees, who had their game hurricaned out yesterday, will be in Atlanta to face your Braves. Both teams have won 9 games in a row. Unfortunately, it's just a 2-game set because of the whole interleague play thing. So what are you watching for over Monday and Tuesday?
Okay, so the Braves have been really hot. I don't want to discount anything we've done. However, the last 9 games have been against not the greatest teams. You know, we played Baltimore, we played Miami, not the greatest teams. However, we are clicking on all cylinders right now. Everything's going well. The pitching's good. The hitting's good. We've had like 1 error in as of late. Defense is good. It's all been really, really good. I need to see Yanoa come back out today and put on another performance like he did last week. His first performance off the IL last week, he went like 5 1/3. He gave up, I think, 3 hits, no runs, few strikeouts, and like 1 walk. It was perfect. I need that again. We got the Salt Man tomorrow. I don't worry about anything when Charlie Morton's on the mound. He knows what to do. He's good. He's good. He's been around for a long time for a reason. I just need us to keep rolling. I need us to show that we can play this good against good teams as well.
You're going to get that. For me, I'm focusing in on first base. Luke Voit has been a madman. I know last week I said, well, he's been okay since he came back. I don't know if he was listening to baseball today and just said, hey, screw you, Rose, because he has shot off like a rocket. In his last 7 games, he's got a slugging percentage of basically like 1,000, an OPS of almost 1,500. Now, the interesting thing is going to be no DH for the Yankees. So are they going to put Rizzo on the bench and let Voit play first? How are we going to do this? So to me, that's going to be very interesting. I know who's playing first base for the Atlanta Braves. It never changes because Freddie Freeman has been just as hot as Luke Voit, over 1,400 OPS in his last 7 games, a slugging percentage of over 950. So to me, I'm just focused kind of in one position, the first base bag. I want to see, A, how one team is going to handle the situation, and B, I want to see if Freddie Freeman can remain hot. But it's a fun series for us baseball fans, period.
Exactly. It's just going to be I know I'm a Braves fan, so obviously I'm excited, but I have not been this excited for a series, like, honestly, probably all season. It's
That's
just
fair.
going to be really good baseball. It's going to be really good baseball.
I'm with you. Oh, yeah, somebody just put in the chat, and by the way, Rizzo pitched to Freddie earlier this year. Great point.
And struck him out.
On a curveball, it was good. I'm guessing we won't see that this time around, but we'll always have that memory.
If the Braves are up like 12 in the 9th inning, maybe they let Rizzo pitch to Freddie again. Maybe
we'll see. All right. There were some crazy games out west this weekend. On Saturday night, Aaron Nola was throwing a perfect game into the 7th. He lost that. Then he had a 3-1 lead in the 9th, and went into the Crone zone, tied the game. Padres win it on a walk-off wild pitch in the 10th. Crazy stuff that happened there. Up in the Bay Area, you had the A's that were this close to a 3-game sweep. Instead, they lose the series to the Giants. On Saturday, Wade with a pinch hit 2-run homer off of Trevino to win it in the 9th. Then on Sunday, Donovan Solano, a pinch hit homer off of Puck in the 8th to give the Giants the lead in the eventual win. So which was tougher to swallow, for Philly fans on Saturday or for the A's fans on Saturday and Sunday?
For me, I think there's probably a little bias here. I'm going to just go ahead and say that. But I think it's got to be the Phillies fans because Nola was doing so phenomenal. Like, he was pitching phenomenally. And the Padres have not been so great lately.
No, they've been terrible.
So Philly had that horrible sweep from the Diamondbacks right before, so they really needed to come in and take command of this series with the Padres and show, like, we can win. We're still in this NL East race. Like, don't count us out yet. So, I don't know. It was just kind of demoralizing for me as a Braves fan. If I were a Phillies fan, I'd have been upset. I hope they were upset.
Yeah, well, the problem is that they really needed the sweep just to stay within, the rearview mirror of the Atlanta Braves, who now have a 5-game lead
Yeah.
there, and Philly's 5 out of the wild card chase. So every game is so critical. And when you have Aaron Nola, who's really been up and down this year at best, when he comes out and throws his best game of the year and you can't win it, that's a tough one to swallow.
Yeah.
The A's, listen, they're still very much in the wild card chase and still very much in the division race. I mean, Houston's only, 3.5 up on them in the AL West. The problem is that their bullpen has been so good. And there's nothing worse than giving up a pinch hit homer. And then to do it in consecutive days. So that's why I'm going to say what happened in Oakland. But I'm going to give San Francisco a hell of a lot of credit. Their pinch hitters have been as good as anyone this year. And they're the first to 80 wins, and people still aren't paying attention to them. Good for them. Good for them. But fun series out west. So now the Phillies ended up winning Sunday, thanks to Rhys Hoskins and his 2 homers in his first game back. They won the series in San Diego. Padres slide. Reds take care of business at home against the Marlins, and now Cincinnati is holding a playoff spot for the first time since mid-April. Down the stretch, who do you like more, Cincinnati or San Diego?
Cincinnati's so hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm going to give them an edge. Votto, Winker, India, all those guys, they're having a lot of fun, first of all.
Right.
They're having a lot of fun. They're winning games. And I don't know, just the Padres are in a world hurt right now. And bless their heart, I don't know. Maybe they can figure it out, but it's not looking good.
I know.
Bless.
Well, Winker's a little banged up right now. They hope to get him back in the near future. We'll see. He's dealing with a rib issue, it sounds like. Plouffe and I on this show always talk about the schedules, and I'm not a huge schedule guy, except for this one instance. The Padres, they just had their soft part of the schedule, and I think in their last 16 games, they went 6-10 against a lot of teams like the Rockies and the Diamondbacks, and then this weekend the Phillies. Starting tomorrow, the grind starts because they've got the Dodgers, and then if you look at their last 22, 10 against San Francisco, 3 against LA, 3 against St. Louis, 3 against the Braves.
Yeah,
those
it's
are all
bad.
teams that are going to be fighting for something. And with their rotation, I mean, I know they expect to get Darvish back and maybe start one of these games against the Dodgers. They need him back, and they need him to be all-star Darvish.
Right, yeah.
And by the way, the Reds' starting rotation is probably the least talked about really good rotation. Castillo has been great. Wade Miley has been solid. Sonny Gray has been good. This guy Gutierrez has got 9 wins and pitched well. Tyler Mahle has pitched really well for them. So I'm going Reds. And I can't believe that, because if you had asked me at the beginning of the year, how are the Padres not going to make it?
I would have never thought, with all that they've done over the last couple of years, that they would not be in the race at the end. But between just kind of fumbling some things that they should have capitalized on and they just didn't, and the schedule is tough. It's just tough there at the end. I saw like a screenshot of all the games lined up, I was just like, how in the world do you get out of that alive? I mean, I really don't know.
No, and somebody just wrote in the chat, it's not about random hot streaks, which is true. But the Padres, they're going to get tested mentally. Yeah. Like they have been given, I think they took a shot to the system when they thought they were getting Scherzer and they didn't. And they ended up just up the 5 freeway. I think that was shocking. If you were to ask the guys in the clubhouse, because they had heard about it, they were like, oh my God, we're getting Max Scherzer. Right. And they haven't been right ever since the trade deadline.
Yeah, so, I would agree with that.
Yep, we'll see. All right, last one. Our boss, Jomboy, up there in Milwaukee with Jake Sucks and Trevor Plouffe, the most handsome man around. They were lucky enough to do the sausage race. And our boy bit the dust and apparently blew out a hammy. How long are we allowed to make fun of the boss man?
I don't know. Okay, so when I was in high school, I also tore my hamstring. And that hurts bad. So I want to make fun of him because he fell. And he was dressed as a sausage at the time. But I feel for him a little bit because it hurts. And that's hard to come back from. It was hard to come back from at 16, much less, 30. So I'm probably going to make fun of him for probably a week, but I'm going to not start for a couple of days. I'm going to sympathize for a couple of days.
Yeah. I did throw out, I think I quote tweeted the video last night. And I said something like, "Oh shit, boss!" Like, damn,
Yeah.
like I could sympathize with the guy because I've had weird things happen to me too.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's a full tear or a pull or what
Right.
it is, but we're going to get on that immediately. Now, it did take him off of the Talking Yanks podcast last night.
Yeah,
So
he's down for the count.
if your hamstring is hurting that bad where you can't utilize your mouth, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
It's rough. I let out a string of curse words the day I tore mine, like that would have made the devil blush. So it's rough.
Oh my God! Now the question is: does BBD have to do the deep tissue massage that he's on the road? Is that his responsibility, or
Probably. I wonder who's working the massage gun. It's probably BBD. Probably.
Nobody brought a massage gun. They're definitely grinding the elbow.
Just elbows.
This is what they're doing. They're really getting in there. Hey, boss, you like that? He's probably going to be like, yeah, just a little more here. If you don't mind. That's unreal. All right.
Yeah.
What do you have coming up on Jomboy? Anything?
We are recording Mansplain Baseball Elsewhere a little bit later today. Mm-hmm. So that'll be out tomorrow morning. And that's kind of all that we've got going on at the moment, other than this gigantic Braves Yankees series over the next couple of days. You are probably, my Twitter feed will go from just tweets to probably just video reactions for the next 48 hours.
Yeah.
Hopefully good ones. Good ones.
By the way, big shout out to a big fan out there, Trevor Plouffe, who's in the chat, who's saying,
yeah, Trevor, I hope he knows I'm going to take his job, so.
Oh, all right, Wally Pip. Way to go. That's nice. That's nice. Oh, my God. You guys are all so funny with your putting in the chat. Why are his eyes so red? I'll tell you why my eyes are so red. Because I woke up at 5:30 this morning. I don't know why. We have our first day of shooting BattleBots, so I'm super excited about that. But I also am excited because our coworker and good friend, Pete Moylan, former Atlanta Brave, is my guest on the Rose rotation last week. He joined me, and it's out for release now. He has had an amazing journey just to get to Major League Baseball. He wasn't a rookie till age 27. Right. You won't believe the jobs he had back in Australia to make it. He talked about it, how he partied way too much when he first got over here. I mean, we went all sorts of directions. So
I can't wait to listen to that. That's on my docket for today. So I can't wait to listen.
It's a fun one. And we start shooting BattleBots for the next 2 weeks. So I'm going to be grinding out here. We have 20 fights a day we got to get through. So it'll be fun, though.
Fun.
It is fun. But it's hot as hell out here. Holy smokes. I went for my morning walk, and it was already steamy. It was pitting.
I don't doubt it.
Ash, it was great seeing you. Best to your family. Thank you again for hanging out. And Plouffe, listen, come back tomorrow. Don't come back tomorrow. Make fun of me.
I got it, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Whatever.
Don't worry about
it. We will see everybody tomorrow we're going to try us during my BattleBots time at 11 Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. So we'll see you then. Thanks, Ash.
No problem. See ya.
Have a great day.